Sacramento News and Review's 100 Most Influential, Interesting People of 2011, Cosmo Garvin wrote, "Every city needs an indie darling, chanteuse with a bright future, and Sky's horizon is vast." But this is the first album in 4 years, so what have you been doing?
Well, the thing is that when you're really young and you are doing everything yourself, and I do everything myself. Like, I've been the booker and the promoter and the manager and the singer and the songwriter and the performer for 6.5 years now, and I've been doing it all myself. So really what I've been doing is raising money and finding the right people to work with. I've been starting to work with a band. That's been a whole new horizon for me, and it's been so much fun. It's really made shows way more than I thought they could be. I was talking to Sherman. I was like, once you get a band, like, it's hard to go back because you know what it can sound like, and then you're like, but I want to sound like that always. So I'm trying to make that happen. I want to sound like that always.
Well, 2 Sammy Awards for Artist of the Year, 2 Sammy Awards for Outstanding Singer-Songwriter, Best Acoustic and Best Indie in the Sacre Show Awards, writing since you were 6, and now here you've got the Hallelujah Chorus.
Yeah.
This is the biggie.
This is, big album. For me, this is the biggie. These are the best songs from the last 4 years. It's a lot of songs. I write a lot. But these ones meant the most to me. And they also meant the most to the people that come out to my shows. I wanted to strike a good balance between stuff that I like artistically and stuff that I know that, people are really looking forward to hear.
Sherman Baker, you are another one who was big on the scene, and people were writing about your magnetic, Dylanic sense of melody, and then there was a gap.
Yeah.
And something happened in the gap.
I went through a personal crisis kind of with substance abuse. No, I guess there's no other way to say it. And I went through that. I came out of rehab about 2.5 years ago. And then I spent about a year writing for this record, and then another year basically recording and raising money. And so this record is a lot about what I went through.
With your father, too.
With my father. Also was helping to take care of my father. He passed away from Lewy body disorder, which is a bit like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's together. So it was tough because he was, a brilliant guy. Went to Harvard. He was a writer and a surgeon, and he slowly lost his mind. So a lot of the record was about what that was like,
Well, your new record, 17th Street, is, again, for you, what's being called a breakthrough record. People who have been listening to the music from both of you all morning have just been cheering it and saying it's your best work. So I'd like to set you free to do your duet, because we've been anticipating this, and we're going to hear here in the studio a song written by Autumn called Best and Worst, a live duet with Autumn, Sky, and Sherman Baker, and then we'll talk a little bit more music.
Okay. The banner down, there was no one in this town who could soften up a heart turned to stone. I was near the end, I felt, and there was no pathway out. I believe I was deemed to be alone. Old friend of mine, and the shoulder that you lent me was warm. Yes, it had been the worst of times, but it felt the best sometimes, and it was nice to feel safe from the storm. So like a river watered down, my poor heart was going to drown. I was deaf to all the music that shoulder that you left me was warm. Yes, it had been the worst of times, but it felt the best sometimes, and it was nice to feel safe from the storm. Shoulder that you left me was warm. Yes, it had been the worst of times, but it felt the best sometimes, and it was nice to feel safe from the storm. Yes, it had been the worst of times, but it felt best sometimes, and it was nice to feel safe from the storm.
Best and worst, Autumn Sky and Sherman Baker. That was so beautiful. What about doing more of a project together? Have you talked about that?
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
Oh, we like the same people.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have the release show.
Yes.
Yeah.
At Beatnik Studios on
Yes.
June 2nd. How's that show going to be? More of this?
Oh, yeah. Oh, of course. Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully more
I'm gonna
songs.
have my band with me, so it'll be loud.
Yeah,
you know.
me too. Me too.
And then
I have this little side of me that, like, I'm in folk music, but a little piece of me kind of wants to rock out all the time.
yeah.
So I let myself do that every once in a while. It's kind of fun.
So with new albums, and again, Autumn's is Hallelujah Chorus
Yep.
and 17th Street for Sherman, you're each going out and playing more. You've got a couple cool shows coming up, Sherman.
I'm
tell
opening
us.
up for Richard Thompson. I believe it's
June 30th.
30th,
I didn't
thank
know
you.
that.
Yeah, so that's probably like the biggest gig of my life in terms of prestige. He's such a legend, so I'm really excited about that. And I'm going on tour next week to Portland and Eugene
Jealous.
and Tacoma,
love
so
Oregon.
that'll be nice.
Well, Autumn, you've got concert in the park this year.
I do. July 20th. Ooh, I can't wait.
And a lot of gigs with the album.
Oh, yeah, tons. That's, I don't know. We've had this discussion. I have a hard time saying no to really good shows. I love to play all the time.
Well, there's a lot of respect for what you both said you're doing. You have to get out there, not only take care of yourself as musicians, but take care of the business side of it. And you're
no
now...
one's going to toot your horn but you, you know? You got to be your own champion,
Yeah.
or no one else is going to want to be your champion. So, yeah, it's definitely a lot of work, but it's worth it.
And Sherman, with that, what are your final thoughts about what you've learned?
Over the past few years, just to stay focused on the work. Basically not worry about exterior things is kind of my philosophy about life right now.
Well, I feel full of shining spirit here in the studio today, so thank you
yay.
so much for joining us, and we'll put links on our website, capradio.org/insight, for your albums, for the show, for the tours, and it's really a pleasure to meet and hear you both, especially together.
Yeah.
Thank
well,
you
it's great
so
to meet
much
you.
for having us.
Big
Yeah,
fan.
absolutely.
Okay, we'll take a picture and we'll tweet it in a minute.
Yay.
That's Insight for today. I'm Beth Ruyak. Our senior producer is Jen Picard. Our assistant producers are James Morrison and Lynn Weaver. Our technical director is Mark Jones. And thank you for joining us.